Welcome back to Sambo's, and I thought I would do a little follow-up on some of the things that I absolutely hate about this FireCraft grill by Oklahoma Joe's. And the number one issue that I absolutely detest is this wobbly ass stand here. And I have to go backtrack a second and tell you guys something. I didn't know about the Kudu grill when I was buying this grill. And I was taking a look at the Kudu grill, and the Kudu grill has set screws on the side, which probably holds these stands in place a lot firmer than the Oklahoma Joe's does. Now, I wouldn't know this because I don't have one. And I called Kudu Grills, and I asked them to find out what the diameter of their stands are, because they have a rotisserie attachment that would be able to be used on this if it would go over these stands. I messaged them. I didn't hear anything. A week later, I called them. I spoke to this young girl. I can't remember her name. Allison, maybe, I don't know. I spoke to her. I told her I messaged. I never got a call. I never got any feedback. Nothing. So I wanted to know what the diameter of this was, and I also asked her, since I was one of the first people to review this grill, would you consider sending me a Kudu 2, and I would do a side-by-side comparison, since this is your number one competition right now. And that was 2 weeks ago, and I haven't heard anything back from them or management. But anyway, what do I hate about this the most? I can't stand this wobbly ass stand, and because of that, it sets everything off at a terrible pitch when you're cooking. The corn have rolled to this one side. My frying pan, the grease accumulates on the one side. So what I had to do was I had to compensate for that by leveling it off at a higher pitch, okay, this way, upper left-hand corner to lower right. And good thing this grill does have adjustable feet, because it allowed me to accomplish that. Now, I have a fairly level playing field for grilling, and I'm going to show you a close-up of that in a second. Okay, so now on my 19-inch grilling space, you could see that I've contemplated for the wobble by just being a hair high to the left, and that is so that when the food is placed on there and the weight of the food is placed on there, it'll be fairly level and my corn won't be rolling all over the place. It won't matter too much if you're barbecuing on the grill grate with steaks or something that isn't going to move, but with corn, for sure. Now, let's put one more item on there that really throws things off. This is my heaviest cast iron griddle that I use on this FireCraft. And boy, I'll tell you what, the grease was pooling up all the way in the corner. It wasn't getting even cooking because of that. So here I have it as level as I could get without really throwing things off. You can see the level bubble right there. I have it from left to back right, because that seems to be where the biggest dip is and where the oil accumulates the most. I have that leveled out pretty good. So if you're looking at getting one of these FireCraft grills, you're gonna need to fiddle with the feet, and you're gonna need to adjust the level because of those wobbly ass stands. Next up, the Oklahoma Joe's smoking lid, as they call it. I wouldn't go so far as to say that this is a smoking lid. If you take a look at the video, I'm gonna insert one in here. You could see that when you place this lid over the grilling area, once the air inside this cover gets filled with heat and filled with smoke, it starts to push all the convection out around this smoking lid. And you can see that the smoke actually just start to billow out the sides instead of going up through the grate and accumulating up under the hood, which is what you'd want. In fact, I've had better smoking situations without using this hood. So Oklahoma Joe's, if you're listening, I wouldn't call this a smoking hood. What this does excel at is roasting. This does an excellent job at roasting meats underneath this hood, and I'm looking very forward to trying this when I make some over the fire pizza pretty soon. Now that's my disappointment. It's not a very good smoking hood. It is a good roasting hood. And if you watched my initial review, I mentioned to you that this was metallic and not insulated, but I'm here to tell you that I'm pleasantly surprised that this is insulated. You can handle this with a bare hand when you're cooking. However, if you bump this hood, you're gonna get burned. So insulated handle, no good for smoking, great for roasting. What else am I disappointed with, and what do I hate about this? It's mass produced, okay? It's a $400 grill. It's not a $1,000 grill. It's not a $2,000 Argentine grill. It's mass produced. And therefore, you know, it's probably built to a certain set of specs as fast as they can to pump them out the door. If you looked at my original videos, you saw the chipped paint, you saw the scratches that it came with. Never heard anything back from Oklahoma Joe's, by the way. You need to have a cover, okay? And I'll tell you why. First of all, you know when you're grilling, you can't put the cover on until your grill has come to ambient temperature. Same thing with this, especially with this, since this gets very, very hot. Well, one night I was grilling on it and I was letting it cool down, and we got a rain shower. And it showered on this grill for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. And I ran out here and I threw the cover over it. And the next day when I came back out, I'm gonna show you the pictures of the rust, okay, that accumulated with just a 15-minute rain shower on this. So if you are buying this, you definitely need the cover. The cover, by the way, is fantastic. It's robust, it's heavy, it's completely waterproof. It does a great job, but I'm gotta tell you that there is kind of a parallax to that. And that is, it does such a good job of keeping out the moisture that if you have humid conditions, it keeps the moisture in as well. So you will have some rust develop on your grates. You will have some rust develop on your stands. It's just gonna happen. It's the nature of the beast. And by the way, speaking of these stands, which I was complaining about earlier, I was wrong. These are not stainless steel stands. These are nickel-plated stands, and if you take a look at the pictures that I'm gonna insert, you could see the amount of rust, okay, that has accumulated on these stands where they were gouged and they were scraped from the set screw on the handle. So, things I hate about my Oklahoma Joe's FireCraft grill. The wobbly stands, the pitch that is created because of these wobbly stands, the fact that I really think that this could be a little better made if it's going to be withstanding the elements. Otherwise, you're going to need a cover. The fact that this is not a smoking hood, this is more of a roasting hood. Those are the things that I hate about this pit. However, there are a lot of things that I love about this pit that I've just basically grown to live with. And I love cooking over the fire with this. It does an amazing job. The wind guard is an absolute must, and it actually acts as a great splash guard as well. The adjustable feet that this comes with is an absolute must. It's an absolute must for this. The lower shelf, fantastic. I hold all my cookwood there. The side shelves, very robust. I've had more than 20 pounds on each shelf, and they do a fantastic job. The grill grates are holding up, and they clean fairly easily. I was surprised. I really thought I was going to have to put in some heavy-duty scrubbing to get these grill grates clean, but they do clean up rather easily. And this is another question that I asked Kudu Grills when I was on the phone with them that I haven't heard back from them. Hint, hint, clue, clue, by the way. I asked them exactly, what is your diameter of your grill grates? Because it looks like theirs are stainless steel, or a little better made than the Oklahoma Joe's. And I would be interested in purchasing those parts and giving them a try. But again, I haven't heard back from Kudu Grills. But at any rate, good luck to you guys out there. Keep the fires going and have fun in the backyard barbecue.